My name is Sonja Kotz. I'm a professor of translational cognitive neuroscience at Maastricht University in the Netherlands. I have entertained a long interest in how we communicate as human beings and why we do that seemingly so effortlessly and in lightning speed. And of course, we're not the only ones who communicate in this world. There are other species who communicate, but in comparison to us as humans, they don't seem to have verbal capacity. So I'm also interested in trying to draw comparisons between humans and non-human species. But ultimately, my interest is in also understanding what goes wrong with communication when we suffer from neurological or psychiatric diseases, when we all of a sudden have the feeling that we cannot communicate anymore. So trying to understand both the healthy level and the pathological level should ultimately lead to better insight in how we can help people who suffer from these diseases. My research project at Iméra will focus exactly on this topic, on communication, but it will step up a bit from what I have done so far. So I'm very curious about understanding what it actually takes that we communicate between each other, or that we communicate with each other rather. That means we have to consider, when is it my turn? When do I respond to you? Do I respond to you differently when you're someone that I know relative to someone who is new to me? And that entails to better understand how we as humans synchronize with each other in time. And that is the big focus of the topic here. I was originally trained as a linguist and a literary scientist, and I've often wondered about the power of words. But when you start digging closer into what is behind this, you really need to understand the psychology of how we use words and non-communicative structures to really communicate. So that really brought me into a second training and education in cognitive neuroscience, and bringing these different areas together is now very meaningful to me, because I can probably answer things from multiple levels or multiple angles. Yeah, and that's why it remains a very interesting and exciting topic for me. So what has been very exciting about coming here is, of course, the interdisciplinarity of the center in particular. I have met quite a few of the fellows here, and I'm curious to communicate more with people who work with movies and artists, because something that I haven't mentioned so far is that we also explore how people communicate music and language in a more artful way. So I'm curious to have a little bit more exchange on that account, but there seem to be so many interesting topics. I'm sure it will be very enriching. But of course, I've known people here, both at the Institute for Language, Communication and the Brain in Aix-Marseille, and also at La Timone, the Neuroscience Institute. So I'm very happy to be able to collaborate with them and work on this very interesting topic of communication and synchronization.